So thanks for joining us today in this video. Today we're showing the student platform video, and we're going to show the February resources and how students can just be in here and engaged and inspired with cultural activities as well as holiday events. So here's a student's login screen, and we always have this, some kind of funny little quote here: "I'm perfect just the way I am." So I have to tell you, I was working with a 4th grade group of students, and this one young boy, he said to his neighbor, he said, "Oh my gosh, this thing is lying. It's just lying." And I knew that he had the "I love learning" quote. And I said, "Well, maybe you do love learning and you just haven't realized it yet." And he looked at me with that moment of, maybe I do. So it was great when I saw him today, and he was very excited to be exploring Zuni. So that's what we want to do right from the get-go, is just really put that mind in a really good place. So as we click continue and come in, our students now have this amazing dashboard. So where we're focusing today is looking at February, and we want to talk about resources for February. February is packed with events taking place. So Groundhog Day, which is already passed, but they can certainly go back and take a look. Black History Month, you'll have resources to really engage all month long from here. Valentine's Day, Heart Health, President's Day, Chinese New Year. And since today is February 5th, and it's the first day of Chinese New Year, which continues to 15 days, and this is the year of the pig. Let's click on into Chinese New Year. Once a student clicks in, they have access to free games, interactives, and videos. So remember, these are the great vetted resources coming in from the internet. So we click on, this was a favorite video, and I learned a great deal about the history of Chinese New Year. So the students clicked on this video, they listened to it for a few minutes, they had their headphones on, they each listened individually, and then they were able to review the video. So it was wonderful as we went around the room and we talked about what did they find, and they found out, that noodles, you don't want to cut them because they represent longevity, and the whole mythology behind what set Chinese New Year in place in the first place, and it was very informative for them. So it was wonderful. They loved that they got to set their stars and write their comments and be able to say why they gave it a particular rating. So this is really helping them to think about evaluating a piece of content for its pros and cons and how it might best help them in the learning process. And this is really good for teachers to see. The majority of students loved it, but you had 2 or 3 that just had no comments, or like, I didn't really get it. So that will really definitely help you to just quickly assess and go like, maybe I also need to deliver this, in another direction as well. So they love the rating, and when those who loved it were able to plant it to their garden. So they just clicked on the seedling. They had created their February goodies folder, and they moved it. And so now they had the little seedling, they'll turn to a tree, let them know that that was their favorite piece of content. So when February goes away, this particular resource will always stay in their garden. So let's go back and let's explore just a little bit more about other great resources they have. So with Black History Month coming up, we want to make sure that they can really take a look at people who have contributed in multitudes of ways to the history of America. As we come in, we have biographies, games and interactives, and videos. So a lot of these videos, this organization does a great job talking about the 14th Amendment. You will end up really enjoying sharing these videos with kids. They explain it in events in very easy ways for students to go like, oh, I get what that was about now. So let's go back and take a look at another section where we put some videos, and this would be Inspired section, and some resources about events going on this month. So here's Be Inspired, and if I click on Be Inspired, it opens in here a variety of resources, and if I scroll up and down, more resources will open as I go along the way. So you can just click in and scroll up and down, and it will make additional resources show up. So here is the Celebrate African Americans. I can just click on the link, and if you are not aware of the Hip Hop Scientist celebrates African Americans in the sciences, you definitely are going to want your kids to know. You may have to enable Adobe Flash to be able to go back and forth. So if you're on an iPad, this probably will not open on an iPad unless you use the Puffin or Photon browser, and then you'll be able to have it. But those are 2 tools to make any resource that's Adobe based, Flash based, to be able to work. So this is a great little resource and tool for kids to use right here. And this Be Inspired section, they love the videos. They love being able to just access and be inspired every day about great things that are happening and going on. So let's click back. Students really, a lot of the questions from the 4th graders today were like, oh, can we take this home? Can we use it at home? I want to share this with my parents. And we definitely want that kind of learning in the home to take place. My little one and I, we listen to Wonderopolis every morning. And so we come in and we come to Zuni and we just click on Wonderopolis. And today the kids, for the 4th graders, for the first time, we're taking a look at Wonderopolis. And when you click on it, it will open. And then you want to wait until it loads, and then you'll click on the actual title. So here's the title of the article today. And when I click on it, it will open me to a page about this article. But the great part is there's a button that will then read the article to you. So while we're getting ready for school, this is playing in the background. Of course, this was very interesting to my little one because it was about hoverboards, and the 4th graders learned that this was, magnets are what set this in place, and we went into a discussion about magnets, and this is an upcoming technology for the future, and they may end up being scientists that work on these magnets. So it was very engaging for the students, and they were super excited to be able to share this when they get home with their families. So be sure that you log your students into Zuni and have them exploring and enjoying the resources. Whether you do anything with Zuni or not, doesn't matter. They can be in and just be enjoying from the get-go. But if you want to find more in-depth resources, then you can look in the teachers platform, and you can just simply go grade 4, and you can click on what's up this month. And here is Black History Month. And now you're going to find resources. Your teachers are going to be expanded. You're going to have lesson plans and a lot more tools to be able to work with the different holidays and events with as well. So you'll see here that you have games and interactives, lesson ideas, print materials, smart notebooks, teacher paid teacher freebies, and video. So you have a lot more to be able to work with than students do. Students are just going to have the videos and games and interactives, just that fun stuff to inspire their mind. But here's where you're going to find the deep, rich lesson ideas that you're going to want to use to really build some of those higher order thinking skills. You can simply share it to your students, and it will go to their garden, or you can assign it and it will show up in their classes. Or if you use Google Classroom, we'll talk in another video about how it can also show up in Zuni in their Google Classroom syncing. So hope you enjoy this. Really enjoy this holiday stuff. You have everything you need right here to work on the variety of holidays and special events and cultural events taking place this month. So let us know if you have any questions. Remember, you can chat with us right over here in this corner and just say, hey, I could use some more resources on something particular, or here's a great resource you might want to add to Zuni, and we'll do the adding as well. Please make sure you follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe on YouTube is where your training videos are. And if you need any additional training videos to just like how can I get started in Zuni, we now have the training videos up here as well, and we're continually adding to them. So thank you for joining us today. Have a great month of February, and spread the love. Be sure and let everyone know about this great tool, Zuni, and let's help all of our educators and families enjoy the love of learning and save some time and save some money using these free open educational resources.